What's the best game you have seen live? So I'll start with this one. I've seen, again, loads of Man United games, and it's just one of those things that we always get classed as glory hunters if we don't live in Manchester, but we still support them even though we live outside of Manchester. But the fact that we actually travel to Manchester all the time is such a mad one to go for.
Effort, man. It is an effort.
And like you said, you spend
man.
so much money on tickets and fuel and travel and everything, which is fantastic. And we all put in the effort, which is fantastic. So it's going to be
priceless, though, isn't it, Hamza? It's literally priceless, man.
You can't match the feeling. Like the best game I've seen live, it will probably upset a few people, but it's when I went with my sister last season to watch Man United v Man City, the derby. And the fact that me and my sister, from growing up in London, and me and my brother and my sister growing up in London, then we go to watch a game together, the three of us, is just a priceless feeling. So there's two, I would say. One is when I went with my sister to watch the Manchester derby and we won 2-0, that Martial goal and Scott McTominay. That was sheer euphoria. I'd lost my voice for 3 days straight. I normally lose my voice for 1 day after a Man United win, but 3 days straight. And I was doing like a telephone role in my job as well, so I couldn't speak for 3 days. And I was loving it, just screaming like mad when Scott McTominay scored. And then the other one, which I loved, was when we played Spurs, because as Man United members will know here, the easiest of the big games to get is Spurs and Everton. So we played Spurs against them it was the one when Mourinho shushed down the camera and Martial scored that last-minute goal.
Oh, yeah.
It was a close 1-0 win. But the fact that the three of us, my brother and my sister, were there as well, that feeling is undescribable. That was the one for me, and that's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
I've seen quite a lot of things happen, like, last-minute winners and dominant performances, Wembley wins.
Dominant performances, I mean.
Breaking someone's jaw.
Yeah, that happened as well. I'd probably say the best game I went to live, or probably like the best feeling I've ever had at a game was probably when we beat Arif's team, West Brom, in that first leg of the playoff, in the playoff for the championship semi-final. So I remember we just won sort of 10 games, and then we lost, but then we drew one, and then we lost one or something like that. And it was the first game of the playoff, and West Brom scored. Dwight Gale scored off a mistake. And they went 1-0 up, and then they literally just defended from the 16th minute onwards. They just parked the bus, and they just wasted time from everything, from throwings, and they just had a low block. They had zero intention to even get out of the half, as long as they just wanted to hit us on the break, and we kept going and going and going, and then Connor popped up Hurrian outside the box with an absolute worldie, and it was just unmatched feeling. And obviously we went on to win the game 2-1. I don't know, at one point the hopes started to fade, are we actually going to score today? Are West Brom going to get another one? What's going to happen? Is Grealish going to leave after this? Tammy's obviously not going to be there next season. There were just so many thoughts in my head at 1-0 down, but it just shows that it's never over. Well, obviously even with a goal it's never over, but it's just that when you see teams just wasting time, from the start, and you just you're not even making any chances or anything.
Can I just say those are the best moments as a fan in the stadium, when they're putting that low block on and you get past them and you get the last laugh at the end of the game. That is the best feeling.
Yeah, I think the best thing is when they've been wasting time all game, and then all of a sudden they're hurrying stuff up. It's the best one, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, that's the one off the top of my head I'd probably have to go for.